Have you ever stopped to think that just $100 could be the seed of $1 million fortune? Sounds absurd, doesn't it? After all, how could something so small ever multiply into something so massive? And yet, that's exactly the provocation I want to throw at you right now. The problem isn't to the amount of money you have today, it's the mindset you carry. The poor see $100 and think of spending it immediately, as if it were sand slipping through their fingers. The wealthy see those same $100 and recognize the possibility of planting, watering, and eventually harvesting something extraordinary. That's the very line that separates those who barely survive from those who achieve financial freedom. And before we dive deeper into this powerful reasoning, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because what you're about to discover can forever change the way you look at money, investments, and wealth building. When we talk about turning $100 into $1,000, we're not talking about luck, lottery tickets, or magic formulas. We're talking about disciplined patience and applying in practice what Benjamin Franklin himself preached centuries ago. He that spends a groat a day idly spends idly above £6 a year, which is the price for the use of £100. Simple, but brutally true. The math is crystal clear. Money, when multiplied wisely, grows in silence, while money wasted disappears into thin air. $100 might seem small, but when put to work with the right strategy, it becomes the first gear in a powerful machine that never stops turning. And what most people ignore is that wealth isn't built with giant leaps, but with small bricks stacked intelligently over time. The biggest mistake most people make is believing they'll only start investing once they have enough money left over. That thought is the very trap that keeps millions stuck, because the perfect moment never comes. There's always another bill, always another excuse, always another reason to wait. Meanwhile, years fly by, and the $100 that could have been growing steadily is wasted on debt payments, interest, and temporary pleasures. Short-term thinking is the golden leash of the system. It makes you feel like you're in control, but in reality, it keeps you chained. Every impulse buy today steals away the freedom of tomorrow. The great truth is that small amounts, when used wisely, stop being small and become the foundation for something massive. Now let's talk about the power of compound interest. It's like an invisible army working tirelessly for you, day and night, no breaks, no complaints, no errors. When you invest, every dollar becomes a little soldier that goes to battle in your name. At first, the results seem tiny, almost invisible. But as months and years pass, those soldiers multiply into an unstoppable legion. That's why Albert Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. If over the next 10, 20, or 30 years you allow those $100 to grow with discipline, you'll realize the magic isn't magic at all. It's math. But of course, there's a silent enemy sabotaging everything: consumer debt. Credit cards give you the illusion of power, but they're nothing more than a velvet-lined trap. Each time you swipe for something you can't afford, you're trading your future for a fleeting moment. The bank gets richer while your freedom evaporates. So the question is, do you want to be the owner of your money or the servant of endless payments? That choice, made daily, is what decides whether your $100 becomes $1 million or disappears before the month is over. Managing your money is the same as managing your life. If you don't tell each dollar where to go, it will wander off on its own, into unnecessary expenses, wasted consumption, or worse, into someone else's pocket. But when you assign purpose to every cent, the game changes. Suddenly, $100 stops being a toy and becomes a seed. Franklin himself warned us, beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. It's not the giant purchases that destroy wealth, but the small, careless ones that pile up over time. Closing those leaks is like reinforcing the hull of your financial ship. Here's another provocation. Do you actually have the patience to wait? Because turning $100 into $1,000 doesn't happen overnight. It demands patience, discipline, and a long-term mindset. The poor crave instant gratification. The wealthy endure the wait because they know the prize will be far greater. The short term is poison to prosperity. Every moment you settle for quick pleasures, you sacrifice the possibility of a lifetime of abundance. So the real question is, would you rather settle for fleeting satisfaction today or true freedom forever? Another critical element is investing in knowledge. Mismanaged money evaporates quickly, but money aligned with wisdom multiplies exponentially. Instead of wasting on shallow entertainment, put your dollars into financial education, books, courses, mentorships. Every dollar spent learning how money works can turn into hundreds saved or thousands earned later. Franklin was right again. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. This is the secret most people ignore. It's not enough to invest money, you must first invest in yourself. Because without knowledge, even $100,000 can vanish. With knowledge, even $100 can become a fortune. The system wants you to believe that wealth is reserved for the privileged few, those who inherit, win the lottery, or are just lucky. That's the lie that keeps the majority complacent, trapped in cycles of work, debt, and consumption. The truth is different. Anyone who applies discipline and vision can turn little into much. Wealth is not a gift. It's a process. It's not a privilege. It's a decision. And every day you delay making that decision, someone else is getting richer with the money you failed to put to work. Time doesn't stop, compound interest doesn't rest, and the financial clock is always ticking. And if you still think $100 is meaningless, try this mental exercise. Imagine investing that amount every month in a simple index fund, yielding just 1% per month. Sounds small? In 30 years, without much effort, it can grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now imagine steadily increasing the contributions and reinvesting all gains. That's when the numbers explode, reaching levels that seem unreal. The gap between impossible and inevitable is consistency. Those who plant today harvest tomorrow. Those who don't plant will forever wonder why their life never changes. This is the central point. $100 is not just money, it's a decision. You decide whether it will be the fuel for freedom or the ticket for lifelong slavery to the system. Every choice you make today is a contract with your future, and years from now, you'll meet the consequences of those choices, for better or worse. The question is, what do you want to see then? A pile of debt or a fortress of wealth? That's why you should never underestimate the power of starting. The first step is always the hardest, but also the most transformative. So here's the truth. You've got two choices. You can keep watching your financial life slip through your fingers, or you can use those $100 as the key to unlock freedom. The time will pass anyway. The only difference is whether, when it does, you'll have built wealth or regret. To close, remember Benjamin Franklin's timeless words. Time is money. Every wasted minute is $1 less in your future, but every conscious decision you make today is another brick in the foundation of your financial independence. If this video sparked something in you, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message, because the path to your first million starts now, and it may be far shorter than you think.